Wait, what's your name again? Wayne? What's up YouTube? It's Maya exclusively back with another video. Today I want to talk to you about how I got started as a loan signing agent. In 2018, I was working at a corporate job as an office manager slash administrative assistant. And it was a cool job, but I just was feeling like I needed to venture out and do something else. Like I wasn't content there. I kept seeing the executive hiring a notary to come in and notarize documents. So something just clicked and I just thought, okay, well, let's see if I should get my notary commission. I also around the same time got this pamphlet from the college that I graduated from, and it had like continuing education classes in it. And one of the courses that they had was a notary public course. So I just kind of thought, why not? Like, I'll take it. But I remember the course not being for like another 2 months. Like I would have had to wait 2 more months to take the course. And I'm impatient, and once I decide I want to do something, I want to do it right now. So what I did was look online and Googled like online California notary public course, and I was able to find one for like under $100 for sure, which it came in like at half of the cost that my college was offering it at. And if I took it through my college, it was going to be a 1-day course, like an intensive kind of like full day. You spend the day there. I kind of didn't want to do that, so I just kind of, ooh, my head just itching. So I looked online, I found that course. It's a 6-hour course for the state of California as a brand new notary, and I think the refresher is half that, so like a 3-hour course. I'll find out if I'm telling you the truth and add that information into the video. It ended up being cheaper and quicker if I just did it online. So what I did was sign up, and literally I would be at work knocking it out, but they knew I was going to get my notary commission, and they actually reimbursed me for getting it because I would be able to assist them with in-house documents that they needed notarized. I knocked it out in a matter of like a day or two. It literally is 6 hours. The course itself had an exam, and if you passed the exam for that, then you got like a certification that you took the 6-hour notary course. Once you were able to get the certification, then you were able to apply to sit for the Secretary of State exam. I registered for the Secretary of State exam. That one was further out also. Like you had to pick from really specific already established dates, and if the exam date was full, you couldn't sit for that exam. So there was a limited number of seats, and this is like 2018 pre what's going on right now. I'm not gonna say it because you're not gonna demonetize me, YouTube. Sorry. Not going for it. I'm not even monetized yet. Like, what are you talking about, Maya? Listen, this video will be up long after it takes me to get monetized, and I want to be monetized the whole damn time. So I'm not falling for the trap. I'm just not doing it. I scheduled my exam date, and then I had to wait and wait and wait. So I just kept studying and studying all the materials from my notary course to make sure that when I sat for the exam, I was adequately prepared. The exam is only 30 questions long for the state of California, so I was fairly confident that I would pass on the first try because I make sure I'm adept at something before I attempt it because I don't like to fail. So I was super confident. When the exam time came around, I passed it on the first try, and then it was just time to wait for the notary commission. So in the interim, I needed to get background checked, I needed to get fingerprinted, and I had to go to like the UPS store to have them fingerprint me. That fee was like $70 to $100. Sitting for the actual SOS Secretary of State exam cost $40 that you had to bring in check or money order form to the exam with you. And then you had to secure your notary bond, which is I think like a $15,000 bond, and that's just a requirement for every notary commissioned in the state of California. Then I just ordered like my supplies. So my stamp, my journal, a briefcase, a pouch, pens, Post-its, rubber band. I don't think I had rubber bands at that point though, because I wasn't a loan signing agent. I was just applying to become a notary. I signed up for the NNA membership because then I had access to their jurettes and certain acknowledgments for my state, which are really, really specific. Notaries in California cannot use any acknowledgement that is included inside a stack of loan documents. If it does not have that box and that notarial verbiage for the state of California, you cannot use it. Also, what was really valuable for me in signing up for the NNA membership was the fact that I can call them at any given time if I have a question about a certain situation during a notarization. So you can call and get someone on the line, a real person, not like press 0 if you no, a real live person who can guide you through if what you're doing is potentially illegal or could help you lose your commission. That's why I purchased that, but it's totally not necessary. Later, like a couple months after that, I signed up for Mark Will's 6-figure loan signing system course. I did that not too long after becoming a notary public because I really became interested in becoming a signing agent. I thought this will rescue me from this horrid job. I was experiencing so much passive aggressive behavior. My mom injured herself. She broke both of her legs and I had to go out for 6 weeks to take care of her. Someone who I literally interviewed, moved along to the second round of interviews, and really was instrumental in the hiring process for, made herself my manager while I was out on medical leave taking care of my mother. When I got back, the passive aggressive behavior was on 10. So I knew I wouldn't be there much longer. I just knew it wasn't a healthy work environment for me, and one day I almost slapped that lady. This was like my escape. This was like my way of starting my own business, an already established business, if you will, not creating brand new products and services out of nowhere. I was just super excited. So I went through the course, but I went through it in a half-assed manner. Like, honestly, I didn't really study the documents and study the modules and all of that. I kind of just breezed through every module, not in a manner like I intended to take a loan signing in the very, very near future. So I kind of didn't go anywhere with it. Fast forward to 2020, I was working for a friend's business and I lost 20 pounds. Started as a driver, worked up to dispatcher slash assistant manager. But with that position came a lot of stress, unhealthy business practices. I couldn't really sustain staying there. People became really, really worried about me. Like, you're really underweight. I had a good booty, you guys. In high school, I was 125. I went from 139 to 119. Not even as a teenager was I 119 pounds. It was then when I decided, like, you're wasting away. What will your children have if you waste away into thin air? I just really knew at that point that that would be my last place of employment. I'm praying that's true. Oh my God, I just can't. I re-immersed myself into the loan signing system course. This time I really applied myself and took the modules and the education seriously. And I'm talking about some late night, some really focused studying. I was doing some of the studying while I still was working at that business. So late night. So when it fell apart, it was like, cool, I'm not gonna panic. I'm going to learn how to eat again, learn how to put my health first. When I completed the loan signing system course and exam, I failed the first time. I think I failed the exam twice, actually. I don't recall what the threshold is for passing. I think it's 70%. No, I think it's like a 90% you have to get to pass Mark's course. If I had gotten one extra question, I would have passed. Cool, whatever, I failed. I took it again and I did worse that time. So it was like, clear, Maya, you're kind of maybe guessing a little bit. And they teach us not to do that in school. So I studied a lot more and then I took the exam a third time. I passed it with a really, really high score that time. It was like, okay, you paid attention, you deserve this W. That was an amazing feeling, and I printed out my certificate. One of my really good friends is already a loan signing agent, and so she was cheering me on the whole way. My fiance was cheering me on the whole way. He was just my boyfriend at that point though. My mom, my daughters, like everyone was behind me. In Mark Will's course, he talks about how like the escrow officer can request a notary to be the notary for a specific transaction. My mom began thinking about refinancing her home. She knew that my friend was a signing agent. I really was so scared to jump in and take my first signing. What we did was my mom specifically as the borrower requested my friend to be the signing agent for the transaction. They granted it. They're like, boom, she's Fidelity approved, A1, good to go. So just like that, with the borrower's request, my friend was awarded the signing. So she scheduled it for, I think it was like a Wednesday at 10 a.m. or something like that. Something that worked with her schedule because she's a busy six-figure signing agent. Because it was my mom's transaction, I was able to be present, see the docs. I just kind of sat back and observed how she conducted the signing. My mom told me to just hang on to the unsigned borrower's copy. I was able to study those in great detail while revisiting some of the modules in my loan signing system course, and that was really, really valuable because it was like, this is a real set of loan docs and I can correlate the notice of right to cancel, the 4506T, key documents that are present in a set of loan docs. And that was really, really amazing. And I'm so thankful for that. 3 to 4 weeks passed and I still hadn't taken a signing. I hadn't signed up for any signing services yet. I think I signed up for SnapDocs, but SnapDocs is backed up. So they hadn't yet approved me on SnapDocs. I wasn't getting any calls yet and I was a little disappointed, but I was also relieved because I was so scared. I'm like, if I do a signing, I'm gonna ruin it. Miss some signature, just ruin the whole transaction. That's a lot of pressure. So I was in my head with all this negative self-talk, and my friend called me and I had just gotten home from grocery shopping. I was pulling in the garage. Everyone who knows me in real life knows that my phone does not work in the garage. My phone worked this day in the garage. It was like 7 p.m. She was like, hey. I'm like, hey girl. She was like, do you want to take a signing in San Francisco? I'm like, She was like, it's tonight. It's like now. Pick up these documents and go to San Francisco if you want the signing. And I just said yes. I just was like, yes. And the crazy part is, if the signing would have come in as a notification on SnapDocs, I probably would have marked no, like, no, I'm not doing it. But because she had been cheering me on and rooting me on, she called me one day before this signing happened and said, you know what, Merry Christmas, I'm about to pay the $156 for your $100,000 E&O insurance. And I was like, what? Even right now I have goosebumps. She was like, yeah, I know money is super tight for you, but I know you're gonna do great in this business, and if that's one of the obstacles that's stopping you from getting started, I'm gonna pay for it. Merry Christmas. It was like she had invested in me financially. She had invested the time, the energy. Even after my mom's signing, she came over on 2 separate occasions to walk me through docs again to make sure I knew what I was doing and I was explaining them correctly. She even was like, you're talking too much. Brief, boop, and that's that. Move on to the next one. She had been so invested in my preparation for this business that it was like, if she's calling me and telling me, do you want to take this signing, ain't no coming out my mouth. I can't say no. So I said yes. She was like, cool, go pick up the docs. I'm gonna tell her that you're coming. Get there as soon as you can get there. I'm talking about, I wasn't even dressed properly. She was like, that's not a problem. Go. I went, pick up the docs directly from the escrow officer. I left her my business card and headed to San Francisco. I got to my signers at like 8:30 p.m. and we took 2 hours to get through those docs. They were all packed up, like ready to leave their apartment to go move into this house. So this signing had to happen. We meticulously went through page after page and I did a final review. They were so sweet. They were like really understanding. I didn't tell them it was my first signing, but they were just super patient and kind and fun. They were constantly cracking jokes. It was just fun. I found parking easily, which is not an easy thing to do in San Francisco. Everything was in alignment that night. I dropped them off at the title company. No one was there. It was super late at night. So I just dropped them in the drop box and had a little post-it like, if anything's off or if you need me to make any corrections or go back out, please feel free to call me. So that's the story of how I got started as a signing agent. It's been super rewarding and super exciting. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity in this business. Like today I had one signing. I legit was able to make my youngest daughter breakfast. I was ragged raggedy for half of the day while I added the closed captions to my previous video, the what's in my notary bag video. I got a call at like 9 this morning for the signing today. I was able to confirm with my borrower, raggedy AF. I printed docs, I flagged and prepped docs at my leisure, had a 2:30 signing. That's $100 an hour. I feel so freaking grateful for all the supportive people in my life, for Mark Wills, who is giving so many people the opportunity to escape corporate slavery, literally corporate slavery. I just encourage you to check it out if you are looking for a side hustle. If you want like a bomb part-time income, like you're not ready to leave your job, you don't want to have a complete overhaul of your career, this is something you can do outside of that and still earn like a double salary. You can work at your day job and you can work at night and earn your salary twice. A lot of people are out earning their salary. You could double your salary on the side of your salary. Like, it's that real. The earning potential is like $75 to $200 per signing, and that's depending if you're accepting signings through a signing service versus direct. I'll give you more information about that later. This is just a quick video about my signing agent journey. I'm so excited. My girlfriend cleared over 200K last year, but like, that's the earning potential of this business. The only caveat is you cannot have a criminal record. I've seen people in my mentorship group who are super down and out because they have a DUI on their record, or I've even seen parking citations that added up. If you have a criminal history, you might not make it on this money train, unfortunately. That's the only downside. I barely made it. So a year ago, my daughter and I got into a physical altercation with another mother and daughter at her school, and this was because they were just raggedy and ratchet and we had to meet them where they were at. So had the other mother and I both pressed charges, or even one of us pressed charges, then we would have been in court and then I would have had something on my background check. I'm just happy we wanted to see each other again, so we did not press charges. So unfortunately, yeah, if you have criminal background, it makes it difficult to jump into this business. Other than that, and like your negative self-talk, there is nothing stopping you. There are some startup costs associated. I would say to really jump fully into this business, you need a stack or $1,500 to get started, to have every last thing that you need. That's like the super expensive printer, a scanner, all those supplies that kind of add up, your commission, bond, E&O insurance, notary bag, stamp, journal, just all that stuff. It kind of adds up. So you do need a little bit of a nest egg, but some of y'all are getting a tax return, and I would invest it wisely. That's my piece on how I became a notary signing agent. So if you have any additional questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, or if you have a video you'd like me to make as a follow-up to this, leave that in the comments also. My voice is super raspy, I gotta go. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching this video. Bye, see y'all soon.